Hello everyone, and welcome to your favorite channel, Luxury Smart. And today, we will be talking about the most expensive cars ever made. Before I start the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel to remain updated. I hope you enjoy the video. Let's get started. High-end hypercars and supercars include Koenigsegg, Ferrari, Bugatti, Rimac, and Pagani. These companies are the best at making supercars and hypercars. They charge the most for the fastest, rarest, and most beautiful cars they sell to wealthy people. We looked at invoices to find out which of these cars most people can't afford is the most expensive. We found cars that cost more than $1 million. The prices here are what the cars cost when they were first sold. We don't count expensive used cars or cars that were sold at an auction, like the Ferrari 250 GTO. There are still cars that cost more than $1 million to whet your appetite. Draco GTE, price $1.2 million. In every way, the Draco GTE fits the description of a super sedan. The GTE can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 2 seconds, and it can go as fast as 206 miles per hour at its fastest. It has a fully electric powertrain that gives it 1,200 horsepower and 6,491 pound-feet of torque. This rocket, which can be used both by kids and grown-ups, will cost you a cool $1.2 million. A Tommaso P72 will cost you $1.3 million. In a way, the Tommaso P72 is the definition of the word beautiful. The sculptural supercar made its world debut at the 2019 Goodwood Festival of Speed. It had a supercharged Ford V8 engine that could put out 700 horsepower. With the P72, the Tommaso brand came back after being gone for almost 30 years. If you want one, you'll have to pay at least $1.3 million for the chance. Ferrari LaFerrari, price $1.4 million. The Ferrari LaFerrari, which costs $1.4 million brand new, is one of the more affordable supercars on this list. Compared to the most expensive car here, it is a great deal. This 2013 model of Ferrari's production car has 950 hybrid horsepower, 708 kilowatts, and can go as fast as 220 miles per hour, or 354 kilometers per hour. It is still the most powerful and fastest car that Ferrari has ever made. Between 2013 and 2016, the company only made 499 coupes. Pagani Huayra, price $1.4 million. When it was brand new, this Pagani cost a cool $1.4 million, making it one of the most beautiful cars on this list. Like with the LaFerrari, Pagani only made a small number of the Huayra supercars. Between 2012 and 2018, the company only made 100 hand-built examples of the coupe. Between 2017 and 2019, the company also made 20 hand-built examples of the BC model, which is further down on our list. Every model came with a Mercedes-AMG V12 engine that can make up to 720 horsepower, or 537 kilowatts. McLaren Elva, price $1.7 million. The British company that makes high-end sports cars now has the McLaren Elva as one of its more recent models. The Elva's twin-turbocharged 4-liter V8 can make 804 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque, even though it doesn't have a proper windshield or roof, though they aren't options. At first, McLaren was going to only make 399 cars, but later they cut that number down to 249, making them even more exclusive. Even if you win the lottery, most of you will never be able to buy an Elva because it costs $1.7 million. The Zinger 21C costs $1.7 million. You might not know the name Zinger yet, but it is the brains behind the $1.7 million 21C supercar. Zinger is a small batch automaker in California. The 21C's 2.9-liter twin-turbocharged V8 engine can get it to 60 miles per hour in 1.9 seconds, and it can reach a top speed of about 281 miles per hour. Ferrari Monza SP1, price $1.7 million. Both the Ferrari Monza SP1 and the Ferrari Monza SP2 are made for driving with the top down, just like the McLaren Elva, which doesn't have a roof. As its name suggests, the SP1 is only big enough for one person, while the SP2 has just enough room for you and a friend to travel together. Both cars have a 6.5-liter V12 engine that is naturally aspirated and can make 809 horsepower and 530 pound-feet of torque. Unfortunately for buyers in the United States, neither of these models is legal to drive on public streets in the country. But if you can pay the $1.75 million price tag for the car, getting on a track probably won't be a problem for you. The Gordon Murray T33 will cost you $1.7 million. The T33 is the second model in Gordon Murray's new line of supercars, and it costs a little less than the first one. The insanely powerful T33 can rev up to 10,500 times per minute, and it gets its 607 horsepower from a 3.9-liter V12 engine that draws air in naturally. Gordon Murray Automotive plans to sell this car all over the world in both right-hand drive and left-hand drive versions. Based on the current exchange rate, the price will be about $1.7 million. It's too bad that you can't buy anymore. Koenigsegg Amara. Price $1.7 million. The Amara is the first four-seater made by the Swedish supercar company Koenigsegg. It is one of two models made by Koenigsegg, and it is shown here. But this doesn't mean at all that it's a good car for a family. The Amara's twin-turbocharged 2-liter engine and 3 electric motors give it 1,700 horsepower. In just 1.9 seconds, it can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour. The company plans to make only 300 of these, and they think that each one will cost at least $1.7 million. Zenvo TSRS. Price $1.7 million. The Zenvo TSRS is the most extreme model that the Danish supercar startup has to offer. It was made in Denmark and was shown for the first time at the Geneva Motor Show in 2018. The TSRS has a 5.8-liter V8 engine that is twin-turbocharged, which gives it 1,177 horsepower. In just 2.8 seconds, it can reach 62 miles per hour. If you want to buy this powerful and exclusive supercar, you should be ready to pay at least $1.7 million. A Hennessy Venom F5 will cost you $1.8 million. The Hennessy Venom GT reached a top speed of 265.7 miles per hour while trying to break the world record. This was the fastest speed ever. But the new F5 aims to be better than its predecessor by reaching an estimated top speed of 311 miles per hour. This will make it even more expensive to buy, though. The base price of the Venom F5, according to the company that makes it, is $1.8 million. This is a bit more than the base price of its predecessor, which was $1.2 million. A Bentley Bakular will cost you $1.9 million. The Bentley Bakular was only made in 12 units, which makes it look like some of the other limited cars on this list are actually quite common. Even though the luxurious look of the car might be the first thing that catches your eye, don't be fooled by how well the Bakular performs. The signature 6-liter W12 turbocharged engine of the Bentley brand gives this car the power to make 650 horsepower and 664 pound-feet of torque. If you have $1.9 million lying around and want to buy one, it's too late. Bentley says that all of the cars have already been sold to customers. Hispano Suiza Carmen Bologna. Price $1.9 million. To say that the Hispano Suiza Carmen Bologna is beautiful would be a bit of a stretch. But this supercar made its first appearance in the United States at this year's Amelia Island Concours d'Elegance. It has an interesting look and is said to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.6 seconds, and has 1,114 horsepower from its electric powertrain. The Bologna model, which you can see here, is the more powerful and less expensive of the two. It will cost you about $1.9 million. For $2 million, you can buy a Bentley Batar. Electricity is about to hit like a ton of bricks. Bentley has promised that by the year 2030, it will only make electric cars. But before the luxury brand completely switches to battery power, the Batar makes sure that the famous W12 engine goes out with a bang. The Batar is the most powerful Bentley ever made, because it has 710 horsepower engine with 2 turbochargers. The fact that there will only be 18 Batars made in the world is a big part of why they are so expensive. Duvion electric supercar, price $2 million. The Duvion, an all-electric hypercar, came out earlier this year. It has 2,200 horsepower, can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just under 2 seconds, and is thought to have a top speed of 248 miles per hour. The Duvion may not be a well-known name yet, but it has every chance of becoming one. The Vion is expected to be made by Du in a total of 99 copies, with the first few copies going on sale in the year 2025. That's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.